Okay, back to saddling 101.
Saddling 101.
Alright, we put the blanket on, make sure it's far enough up, cover the withers good. I'm going to throw it on from the left side because we have so much stuff on the right side. We're throwing it on from the right side because we got more stuff on the right side. And it's just easier to get on. Make sure the blanket's square and everything's pulled out from under it. Some people put the blanket even with the saddle. We put it a little bit ahead, 2 inches, so that if slips back, you're not rubbing its withers. The other reason is we use saddle panniers, and the panniers will seesaw back and forth, rub the horse. You got the blanket on square, and now first thing you always put on is a cinch, and it's the last thing you take off. If you put the breastplate on, the back strap or the breeching, if the saddle rolls, it'll end up scaring the horse. He'll run away, hurt himself, tear all your tack up. So you put this on first. I still use a knot. I don't use a belt hook because I don't trust them. Should be able to get your hand in there so you don't get it too tight. I don't know, not many people do this one, but it locks here once, and so you're double locking it so the saddle doesn't loosen up and come loose on you. That part of it's done. Then I'll do the back strap. I leave it so it isn't real tight. On mules, some of the guys tighten them up real tight. That helps the saddle from sliding forward. This is a breeching. I tie everything up so that when you're throwing it out on, you're not stepping on it. And these mules aren't supposed to kick you, so then you get it centered, get her tail pulled out, and then you hook it on the D-ring up here.
How many years have you been riding horses and mules?
I don't know. 40-something, and she's saddled. And a lot of times we won't tighten them up until we're ready to get on them. And I usually leave the stirrup up, that way I remember to tighten the cinch before I get on. And that's it.
Time to go hunting.
This is a mechanical hackamore. I like using them because usually if you get them used to a hackamore, you can ride them with a halter when you forget your bridle. The bridle on, I like to put my arm over the top of their head. I'll pull with this hand, and with this hand I just slide it over. We can show you the bit next. That's it. with the bit, you do exactly the same as the hackamore. Put your hand over their head. This isn't my mule, so he doesn't put his head down like he's supposed to. And then what I do is I'll put my hand right here, and if he won't put it in, I'll push back here, and that'll make him open his mouth. And with mules, he's good. You have to be really gentle with their ears. And that. He's ready to go.
All right, thanks, Bart.
All right. Looks like somebody made a saddle that just freezes that.
So when you ride, we always keep your toes in the stirrups. Don't put your whole foot in there, especially if you have a boot on. We know a couple people who have died that had their foot or their boot full in the stirrup, and the mule or the horse jumped and they fell off, and their foot stays in that stirrup and drags them to death. So, toes in the stirrups. And a lot of times I used to ride with my shoes or boots out of the stirrup, especially if it's icy or going down or going up a hill, going down a hill. If I didn't feel comfortable, I just dumped my feet out. So he's poning the one, the other one's tied. He's going down with 4 mules. And I'm going to hunt some more. YouTube videos.
Oh yeah.
So,
Okay, put it. All these are different, but you pretty much figure 8 these things, and some of them you tie tighter because they can get around a lot better, and some of them you tie a little looser.
these are hobbles to keep keep them from running off.
Yeah, and they can run like a deer in these, some of them, but they tire out quicker so you can still catch them. Always tuck the tail in, or that comes loose, and they're loose, and depending on the animal, you might or might not catch them. They'll head back to the trailer. She's done.
And then she can feed all night
Yeah,
this way.
yeah. Then they're full in the morning and they go up the hill better. Always keep one horse tied though, that way you got something to ride when you go after them. She's looser.